Good morning. This week I'm spending 24 hours in one of the most scenic, one of the most photogenic parts of this incredible city. This is Talad Noi, right next to Chinatown, in the heart of Bangkok. Now, I'm sure you've seen a lot about Talad Noi, maybe on Instagram, TikTok, because there's loads of really visual looking cafes and wall art, obviously, all over the place. But is there more to this area than just a few cafes and a few, beautiful paintings of cats? Well, the answer is, I don't know, so let's find out together. We're gonna explore Talad Noi on foot because it's a very walkable, small neighborhood with loads of ways to get lost and beautiful things to experience together. So sit down and relax. And this is 24 hours in Talad Noi. If you've been to Talad Noi, then you'll know that it's quite a popular, busy place. And you might be thinking, Paddy, how have you got rid of all the people? Because I was trying to take nice pictures down there the other day and it was rammed. Well, the answer is, you've got to get up early, guys. You need to get to these places before 9 o'clock. As you've seen, the streets are full of food, people going to work, people going to school runs, breakfast runs, coffee runs. The locals are getting up, they're doing their morning work, they're getting their errands done, they're having a workout, they're going to the temple, they're getting all the things they need to do done before it gets hot, before they go to work, and the streets are frantic on the main high street. But here in the hipster Instagram cafes, this is a ghost town. So if you wanted to take some beautiful photographs, because this entire place is just so photogenic, it's chaotic and it might seem cluttered and messy and run down, but when you're actually here, everything is just, it's like a living art installation. It feels put together by some genius, and we're walking through the Tate Modern or something, but actually this is just a neighborhood that people live and work, and it's a very active place. The more I walk around this morning, the more I'm quickly realizing this place is very tangibly in use. And normally when you travel, these Instagram spots, famous waterfalls, famous viewpoints all over the world, they're normally really naff in person because they're just overrun with the same people taking the same photograph, right? But actually Talad Noi, so far anyway, doesn't have that vibe. Of course, if I came back to this area this afternoon, this is just gonna be chock-a-block. This is a great way to people watch. I feel like I'm gonna need a lot of energy today because we're gonna be doing this all on foot in the heat. I've just sort of walked past a very promising looking breakfast spot here. What's it called? It's called Auntie Mali's Congee. And there's a bit of a description about how this place is, really popular amongst the locals here. And to be fair, all around me are parents with their kids just about to go to school. And why have cornflakes when you can have delicious looking congee here with ginger? There's a beautifully cooked egg in here, pork. Just looks amazing. And it's right here in the middle of Talad Noi, right? With all the monks doing their alms, the school run, people going to work, people going to school, obviously. Very visceral dining experience right here on the side of the street, on a metal chair, on a metal table, with a breakfast. And my goal really this morning is just to walk around, find a coffee, maybe just get lost. And then when it starts to get really hot, because the forecast today is, it's gonna feel apparently like 42 Celsius. So it's a boiling hot summer's day today. So let's just walk around and explore. And then when we start to melt, we'll check into a really cool guest house. And then in the afternoon, we'll come back out and explore some more, maybe find dinner at the restaurant with a familiar face and just enjoy and really get to know what Talad Noi has beyond its Instagram wall arts and its, hipster cafes. Is there more to this area than meets the eye? I think the answer is definitely yes. Talad Noi is tucked along the banks of the Chao Phraya River and is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Bangkok. In fact, it was founded more than 200 years ago by Chinese traders, and it grew into a hub of commerce, craftsmanship, and river trade. Generations of families built their lives here, repairing engines, forging metal, and keeping the city moving from behind workshop doors lined with gears, cogs, grease, and time-worn tools. But thankfully, as Bangkok has modernized all around it, Talad Noi has resisted the urge to move on. You'll still find narrow lanes echoing with the sound of grinding steel, sparks coming from saws, and all types of machinery still blast, while shrines and shophouses and temples still surround the area, anchoring its faith and memory. Obviously, Talad Noi, one of the best things about it is it's so small. The whole area, the whole neighborhood is extremely walkable. You can walk and explore, use the crossroads or the zebra crossings to get across the streets safely. Obviously, loads of public transport, tuk-tuks, Grab, buses, the usual. But really, to get to know Talad Noi, you want to be able to explore on foot. And if it's hot, like today is hot, just dip into a little cafe like this one across the street called Sunset. Use their aircon, get a cold iced coffee, get a cold iced soda or an iced tea, sit down, cool down, and when you're ready to go again, you can head back out. By the way, look at this incredible transformer on the roundabout here. Look at that. Handcrafted, handmade by a local artist in Talad Noi. The fixtures and the details of it, the more you look at it, the more incredible it really is. So coming down to Talad Noi, you'll see this old world industry coexisting with street art and its cafes, and the curious visitors, me included. Talad Noi is not just a relic of the past, but it's a living record of Bangkok's resilience, creativity, and its soul. It's such a visually striking place, colors everywhere, so much to see, so much to smell, so much to eat, so much to see and experience. And if you want to buy random gears for your engine, you can come right here. Look at all this. Thousands and thousands of different types of gears and cogs, and God knows what else. One half of the Talad Noi neighborhood borders the river, the Chao Phraya, no doubt. And so you can't get too lost, because if you keep walking in one direction, further enough, you'll just hit the river. And so that's what I've kind of done now. So I'm just gonna walk up the river now and just see what we can find. I am getting kind of hungry, so I am looking for a nice, cheap, authentic Thai lunch would be nice. Gary has given me a long list of recommendations for places to eat, as usual, in Talad Noi, but I'm really enjoying not getting my phone out and just exploring on my own and getting lost organically. And I've stumbled into this place because it was really busy, like absolutely packed, and it just seems to be like, you know, a green flag. Lots of locals having pad see ew. I need a little pick-me-up, so pad see ew to the rescue. Just like any other part of this city, whether it's in Talad Noi, in Sukhumvit, Chinatown, Thonburi, it doesn't matter where you go in Bangkok. Everywhere you look, you'll see food, and everywhere you turn, people will be eating. And as you've seen, there's cafes all over the place, so on a hot day like today, walking, exploring, taking pictures, taking videos, when the elements start to take its toll, you can dip in somewhere, cool down, rehydrate, or get delicious food. Oh, a nice ice-cold coconut smoothie, no sugar. Just pulled up a pew here with these gentlemen. We're just admiring the mechanic's work across the street. No idea what he's doing, but he's hammering away at engine parts. built using metal. They have it for sale in Talad Noi. Look, you know, different types of chain, different types of hooks, different types of wires. Visually, Talad Noi, stunning, hard to beat. What I love about Thailand, and I never really noticed it until recently as well, is like all of the houses and all of the shops outside have these beautiful plotted plants and no one steals them. I'm in the marketplace for a nice potted plant from my new house and I'm thinking, like, where do they buy them? You know, everyone has them. They're all over the city. But I want one. Give me one. Okay, I'm having so much fun exploring, but I am carrying my annoyingly heavy backpack with one night's worth of clothes and camera equipment. So I'm gonna head to my accommodation because it's 2 o'clock now. I'm starting to get sweaty, it's very hot. So let's duck in, let's check out the room that I've chosen. Good location, right in the middle of Talad Noi. And we'll just sort of escape the heat for a couple of hours and come back out in the afternoon. Welcome home. My thinking with accommodation choice for Talad Noi is you want to kind of find a place that matches its energy, and I just found this place on Booking. Of course I'll link it in the description so you can find the listing on Booking, and it was 2,300 per night for this room. There's a beautiful decoration. I love all the furnitures and the, you know, the artwork and all of the different materials, bespoke antique furniture, real flowers, which is quite nice. And just like, it's giving me like English cottage haunted vibes. And I just feel like because it's quite a rustic place and Talad Noi is extremely rustic with all of the things going on, these kind of two places complement each other. What I'm gonna do is I'm in desperate need of a shower and a lie down, regain some energy and enjoy this beautiful aircon and just work a little bit on my website. Okay, that is 1,000,000% better. Nice cold shower, got the aircon on, and I can work a little bit in peace on my website. Thank you to my sponsor, Squarespace. They've been sponsoring my YouTube channel for ages now, and I host my website, paddydoyle.info, on Squarespace. It looks fantastic. I chose one of their award-winning templates, and then it was really easy just to add my own images and things that I need. But they also have design intelligence, which uses AI. You just answer a few simple questions and then the AI will actually build your website for you. And if you don't travel with a computer, don't worry, you can just amend and post to your website on the go thanks to their amazing app. It's never been easier to build a website thanks to Squarespace, especially using the new AI feature. So have a play. Build a website. It's completely free to build a website, guys. Only when you need to go live, you should click the link in the description or go to squarespace.com/Paddy Doyle, and then you'll get 10% off your first website or domain with Squarespace. So thank you very much to Squarespace. I'm gonna do a little thing on here, just a very brief thing that I need to do for my website. Then in about an hour, when I've cooled down and recharged, we'll go back out to Talad Noi and enjoy the afternoon, maybe try and catch a sunset. I'll take you to a fantastic restaurant with a good friend of mine. I can't wait to see what we can find. Nice little rest back at the hotel. And as the sun is starting to go down and the temperatures drop a little bit, it makes exploring Talad Noi on foot way more enjoyable. So we're just gonna get lost, go down the little alleys, see what we can find, hopefully find some more street artwork, maybe a nice place to get a drink, and hopefully, fingers crossed, a great place to have a little cold refreshment whilst watching the sun set, potentially over the city of Bangkok. Somewhere on the river would be nice. But just like every other part of Bangkok, guys, there is food on every corner. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Hello, mate. Oh. They seem really friendly and that smells delicious, but not really in the mood for that right now. I want to sort of earn my next meal. There's not just metal shops, mechanics and food in Talad Noi. There's art galleries and artists selling fairs. You can buy clothes here, furniture here, sculptures. There's so many things and so many artistic elements to this amazing part of Bangkok. As I was filming these Transformers, I spotted a wild YouTuber on his way to the pub. I'll meet Bangkok Pat later for a beer over sunset, but for now I'm going to keep exploring Talad Noi. Okay, I'll meet you there for a beer. It's so cinematic, Talad Noi. Everywhere you go, all the buildings, the way they're painted, the way they're decorated, all the plants in the plant plots, the cats, the dogs, the street food, the cafes, the shops. It's got everything, doesn't it? Do you like living in Talad Noi? Oh, it's that good, is it? Oh, get that stretch on. Just kind of winging it, guys. This is kind of what it's like when you walk around Talad Noi. You're like, is this a street? Is this someone's house? This is why it's best not to have your phone in your hand following Google Maps. Just get lost. I'm sweating already. I think it's kind of inevitable in Bangkok in the summer months, but I just wanted to share with you this little scene that I'm kind of standing in at the minute. Just the locals, right, in their little neighborhood. They're cooking up a soup behind me, hanging out with their family. Granddad's on a chair watching TikTok on his phone. Grandma's having a bit of an alone time. Aunties and uncles all over the place, and the buildings, and there's this beautiful banyan tree wrapped with ribbons. The sun is coming through. It's such a beautiful scene, and there's just so much color everywhere you look. There's like flashes, pops of color, all colors of the rainbow as well, in every direction. And in between all of this, tourists are kind of awkwardly walking through the neighborhood, lost, trying to find, you know, a restaurant or a cafe. And that's the charm of Talad Noi, is just people awkwardly walking around going, oh, I'm hot, but this is so beautiful, I don't want to leave, but is there anywhere we can get aircon and a nice cold drink, please? This is new. I have been to this shrine before, and it's been here forever, but it used to flood. It used to really struggle, and it still might, to be honest. It's not high tide. But they've built this like walkway here now, and not only does it give you a really nice view of the river and all the boats going past and everyone going home after work, but also it's like a beautiful place to watch the sunset. But obviously you can't have a beer here. It's a temple. I'm not that bad. The only problem I'm having is sort of securing a position along this stretch of water. I want to stay in Talad Noi, but it really is only a few hundred meters, maybe a kilometer long stretch of the river, and there's a lot of construction work and a lot of temples. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye. I could just get a beer from that little mom and pop shop and sit on the street here, but ideally I'd like a little bit of a view. Here's that coffee shop again. Talad Noi is small. We have kind of gone around in circles for the whole day, but that's fine. Where can I get a beer? There are loads of really cool bars in Talad Noi, and we'll explore some later, but I really just wanted a quiet spot to have a beer, watch the sunset, ideally over the river, but I just couldn't find a place. In my search, I did find this beautiful old mansion packed with history, and it was just really cool to see this old Chinese style architecture, and it was a nice break from walking around sweating with the crowds who were probably looking for a cold beer as well. It's 50 baht to come in here, and then you can use that 50 baht as a voucher towards a drink. They have a cafe here, so you can get yourself a nice iced, cold, caffeinated drink. And it's just a nice place to come to kind of escape a little bit of the crowds and learn a little bit of the history and see it here. It's a beautiful old building. Okay, I think I found a place. Riverview Residence. It's a tall 8-story building. And if you look, on the top, potentially with a nice view of the river and the Talad Noi neighborhood. Hi. Oh, hello. Can I get a table? Thank you. Oh, I think we're in here, guys. Oh, there's a breeze, there's music, and there's cold beer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in business, big time. The staff here, really friendly. The beers, 100 baht with ice, and we have a $1 billion view. The best part is, which you can't probably tell, is the breeze. The breeze is godsend. It's an absolute godsend. So as I'm sat here right now, right, I can see Watarun. I can see all of the boats and everyone doing their thing on the river. And then this way you've got Icon Siam. Over there you've got the Mahanakon and Silom. I mean, this is in the middle of the city, guys. I mean, what a spot. What a spot. And then if I look over the edge, you can just, yeah, I can see that family having their barbecue now. Looks like their soup's ready. What a spot. And I just bumped into a friend of mine who's going to join me for a beer when he's finished doing his thing. So this afternoon has turned out pretty good. Oh, that is heaven. After a full day of walking around Talad Noi, sweating, having a great day though. That beer is well deserved. And I got a feeling it's not going to touch the sides, to be honest. Other beers are available. After watching the sunset and having a beer with my friend Bangkok Pat, who, sorry, I forgot to film, it was time for me to head out and search a restaurant for dinner. Now, there are a few restaurants to choose from, and the best one that I was told about is called Naam 1608. It's a beautiful wooden shop house. They've converted it into a restaurant. It's right on the water's edge. The tables have beautiful views. I love all the wood furnitures and the statues of the kings and the artwork. The food, the kitchen smells incredible. And of course, just like everywhere else in this video, I will link the location in the description below. My good friend Gary recommended this. He's coming to join me for dinner, but he's running late. Welcome to this restaurant that is called Naam 1608, and it came heavily recommended by my good friend Gary, the roaming cook, who is supposed to join me for dinner, and he's running 15 minutes late, as usual. Honestly, I don't know how this guy gets through life, because he's always late, he's always forgetting stuff, he's always breaking things, losing things. He makes me, I'm a clumsy, forgetful, careless nightmare. He makes me look like an angel, honestly. It's a very busy restaurant. You must reserve a table online or on the phone like we did. And they give you an hour. And then they say, look, once you're in, you've got an hour and then you need to leave. So we can turn the table over and give it to someone else. So it's a kind of fast-paced type of restaurant. What a great restaurant recommendation. Thank you so much, Gary. Yeah, so when we sat down, I said, what's your signature dish? Because the menu was massive. And she said, Pad Kapow or fried rice. And I was like, what? And then the other waitress came over and she went, no, you want this, you want that, you want this. And we started getting really flavorful, pungent seafood, soups and salads. And there was pomelos and there was fruits and there was all kinds of prawns and it was banging. It was really, really good. Really nice. And 3 beers, 4 dishes, 1,700 baht. That's not bad, is it? Not bad at all. In a place like this, you're right on the river. It's a beautiful restaurant. Food's really, really fresh. They've got some really interesting dishes. It's good. Just make sure you book ahead. Now, I'm going to go have a few cocktails and explore Talad Noi at night. Gary's driving and got to go take care of Finley, bless him. Right, I'm going to go get a cocktail and have a nightcap. Cheers, Gary. Nice one, mate.
Somebody finds me in a shallow well.
Yeah, after dinner it was time to go out and have a couple of drinks, see what the nightlife scene is like in Talad Noi. It's not going to be crazy, but if it's anything like the other aspects of this area, it should be sleek, cool, unique, visually beautiful, and hopefully some delicious drinks can be found.
Bridge over water, I'm jumping on to get a picture of what it be close to us. And below the surface, almost never certain of the truth. I am always forever running back to you. Running back to you. Running back to you. You're always gonna be someone that I want. We have too many years between us. If I could jump into the past, I'd only change one thing. I never put you first. I never let you leave. And now I'm here forever, running back to you.
Okay, we're back where it all began. I'm just kind of making my way just around Talad Noi this morning. Just kind of revisiting a few places, getting a few extra shots, and just getting to spend a bit more time. But I've had my morning breakfast at the hotel, which was really lovely, very interesting, fragrant red curry and a vegetable green curry. It was delicious. And I just chilled out in that room and just decided to come out for a little explore and wrap up the video. I'm so glad that I got to know Talad Noi properly and not just pass through here on my way to Chinatown to take a quick picture here, which I've done in the previous visits here. It's nice to sort of get to know it properly, to understand it, to stay overnight, to see it in the morning, to see it in the evening, to drink its cocktails, to try its delicious roadside congee for breakfast, and to meet the people who call this beautiful part of Bangkok home. It's been a privilege to spend one day here. I would love to spend more time here, and I will in the future. But that will have to wait because I'm getting married next week, guys. So I'll see you in a couple of weeks, or maybe I'll upload something on the weekend when I'm getting married. I haven't decided yet. Either way, thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed this one. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like it. It really helps the video. And subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you next week.